not be familiar with parkour, which is also called free running, by the way, in case you didn't know that. And until recently, I always thought all running was free. That wasn't until my wife decided that not only did we need to have a gym membership, but we also needed to buy a treadmill. This was so she could run indoors, despite the fact that we live in the Tampa, Florida area where you can run outdoors roughly about 12 months out of the year. Yeah, that's when I learned not all running is free. But back to parkour. Parkour is a way to get from one place to another in the most exciting and exotic way possible. An example of parkour here in this room would be, let's say I wanted to get to the far back right corner of the room. I would do so by jumping off the stage, and then I would do a little pirouette. I would do a back handspring, then maybe a handstand, and then I would do a plie and throw right into a triple salchow count. Whoa, wait a minute, that's ice skating. No, cancel that. Anyway, I just do a couple of front flips and then maybe a set of back handsprings, get all the way back to the back left corner. I would turn around and I'd say, ta-da, look at me, look at me. But I bring up parkour in this example because what I find way too often is that businesses and organizations treat social media like it's parkour. By that I mean we get involved with it and we use it because it's the latest, neatest, coolest, greatest thing. And we fall for all the bells and whistles. And we're so busy jumping through hoops and doing flips that we forget what we really are trying to do. And that is to get from point A to point B in the most effective and efficient way possible. So what do you do with that? How do you get started to get from point A to point B?
Darrin Cates has been a leader in digital marketing for decades. He makes complicated topics like search engine marketing and social media easy to understand. More importantly, he gives you true insight how to successfully employ the strategy that is right for you. We all know these topics are shrouded in misunderstandings. Well, let Darrin unravel these mysteries and keep your people up to date in this ever-changing digital age. As CEO of eVibrant, Darrin has firsthand and current knowledge of what works and what doesn't. He shares that information not just in speaking engagements, but also in online training, consulting, and in webinars.
So if an SEO vendor comes to you, and I know they're coming to you because they come to me on a daily basis, but if they come to you and they're making claims that seem way too good to be true, well, they probably are. And if they're not making their main focus using shareable content that you can use across different platforms, then their focus isn't in the right place. So the backbone of any really good PPC campaign really ends and begins with the landing page. If you're focusing just on trying to get clicks, well, then your focus is probably in the wrong place. Quality of the landing page is going to determine the effectiveness of your campaign. So if you're a local business, a brick and mortar store, it is still vitally important that you have a very good presence with your online marketing efforts. In fact, studies have shown that over 85% of the people make their decisions using local search when they're looking for a local business. So it's extremely important that you are on the first page of the rankings for any local searches that are relevant to your business.
So according to Facebook, the top 3 ways that people use Facebook are: number 1, they communicate with their friends and family. Number 2 is they look for new people with whom to communicate. And then the number 3 way is they like to play games, take quizzes. Lots of fun. You'll notice in those 3 items that none of them involve looking for a product or a service. So what does that mean? Does that mean you shouldn't use Facebook to promote your products or services? Absolutely not. In fact, recent studies have shown that over half the people who use Facebook rely on Facebook and their friends in terms of recommendations for their purchases. They're looking for those purchasing recommendations that they can utilize to go out and make the next buy. The key is you have to find a way to get into the communication stream. You have to find a way to get them talking about you and recommending your products, your services. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how.